Yeah, I'm excited about the second half. It was really a tale of two halves. First half, I thought the beginning of the game we came out very uncharacteristically jacking up quick shots and playing way too fast offensively. We've got to be more understanding of good shot, bad shot. I thought we did that and really helped them. And then give them credit. And we played Morehead State for a reason. We knew they were good. They returned an NCAA tournament team. They've added some really good pieces. I think they'll be in the tournament out of their league. I'll actually be surprised if they don't win their league. Very well coached. But when you look at the first half, we shot 39%. They shot 40. They made 6 for 12 or 13 from 3, 46%, which is very high. All right, we were only 3 for 9 because some of them were quick. Second half, we shot 60%. They shot 26%. They shot 16 from 3. We shot 50% from 3. We outboarded them by 23. And I thought, in particular, both Javian Davis and Anderson Garcia gave us great minutes off the bench. Those two guys were key for us today, which is it's so important to have good depth. I thought they really gave us great help. And then I thought that Iverson had a tremendous all-around game. He had 7 rebounds, 6 assists to go with his 15 points. I thought Shaquille Moore was very good, especially defensively with 5 steals again. I mean, he's by far and away our best guy in steals. And they're good steals. They're not gambling. They're smart. I mean, I'm really, really excited about Shaq and his development as a player. I thought DJ's numbers, when you look at him, getting a double-double were great too with 13 and 10. So overall, it's an important win for us and keeps us, at 4-0 going into the upcoming road trip.
We'll start off with Stefan today. Stefan, jump on in there.
Yeah, you mentioned the steals there. I mean, how big was that just in terms of, having active hands on defense and let that kind of open up the offense a bit?
Yeah, I thought to start the second half, we were really good, but we kept turning it over ourselves. We had 14 turnovers, which is a few too many. And 3 of them were in a row to start the second half after getting really good stops that we had to be patient defensively. They were taking their time, and then we were turning over right away in transition. But when we settled down after that, I thought we did a good job. And again, I thought Javian and Andy really keyed, the key run to give us a lead, to sustain the lead.
What do you feel Shaquille does, I guess, specifically to kind of get those steals?
I think he reads the weak side. I think he's good on the ball, but I think he's reading where he can, get his hands on the ball. He has incredibly strong, huge hands. All of you guys should look at his mitts sometime. I mean, all really good point guards I've coached, good guards have huge hands. Like Stockton had gigantic hands. Russell Westbrook has gigantic hands. He has very big, strong hands. And when he gets his hands on something, he's able to pry it loose.
Paul Jones.
Coach, in the first half, I know Garrison didn't get off to a good offensive start, but looked like he did a pretty good job of holding Broome down in that first half. I know he got some buckets late in the game, but your thoughts on his defensive play in the first half?
I thought he did a good job defensively in the first half. You're right, Broome was not a factor, yet they were only down 1. Second half, we missed a couple roll-offs, swiping for the ball instead of getting our body in front of people. We wanted to double-team him more, so we kind of changed some things defensively. We were switching too much in the first half. We kind of changed it up a little bit. I thought it helped our defense because we got a couple of good doubles on him and got him revved up and sped up a little bit. He's a good player. He's a high major big, no doubt about it.
Theo, go ahead.
You guys were outboarded on the offensive glass against Traverse. How pleased were you with the rebounding performance today, specifically on the offensive side of things?
Yeah, I was really excited. Something we talk about every game, and when you look at Garrison and DJ, one had 2, one had 3. I thought Javian had 2, which is really good. I thought Anderson Garcia had one key one where it was an 8-point game. He came in and tipped it in. really loved how physical he was today. Both those guys bring us physicality. So when you win the battle of the boards by 23, you have a good chance.
Andy, go ahead.
Hey Ben, only 3 minutes from Cam Carter today. Was that kind of by design to get Watts more minutes, or how does the backcourt kind of shape up right now?
You know what? I mean, Watts is coming off the bench first, and our two guards that start are playing excellent. So they're the only two guys that played more than 30 minutes, and we'd like to keep them in around 30, each of those guys, which means there's another 20 minutes. I did play Cam a little bit, Carter in the first half, and then late in the game.
David Murray.
Coach, you were talking about maybe some of the quick shots early, but how much of that is the confidence this team has that they're going to get to those offensive rebounds? Because it looks like everybody in this club can go to the boards and get that ball and get the second shot.
Actually, the way we have things done, the 1 and 2 never rebound. So there's only 3, 4, and 5 that are rebounding, because we're trying to take transition D. I thought the first half we got hurt in transition. All right, not getting back, not communicating. They got some open looks. Second half we were much better. For example, against Detroit, they only had 2 points in transition. Tonight we gave up 9, and I bet you the bulk of those were in the first half. I don't have the breakdown. I'd love to know that. But you're talking about second chance points. You pointed out we had 17 second chance points to 0. That's a huge stat. No question about it. 50 in the paint versus 10 for them.
Tanner, go ahead. We have time for a couple more.
Coach, Cam Matthews didn't take a single shot tonight, but still found his way onto the stat sheet. How big of a boost for this team is just his defense in general?
And he does a lot of things that don't show up on stat sheets that really help us. For example, I hope they gave him an assist, but the one time they were pressing us in the first half, he came back to be receiver of the ball like he's supposed to at midcourt, and then he turned, made a great pass to DJ all the way down the floor for a layup or even a dunk. It might have been a dunk. It's like having another guard out there in terms of his skill package. His ability to handle the ball, his ability to defend, but yet he's 230 pounds. Again, if you guys ever saw him with his shirt off, you'd think he was the Hulk, because he's built like the Hulk. I should start calling him Hulk.
We'll go to Stephon next.
Coach, we talked a little bit about Rocket Watson and his increase in minutes. Obviously, he doesn't get a shot to fall today. I mean, what's kind of your message to him just in terms of keeping that patience and going through this process of getting back to the normal game?
Yeah, he's just he's just getting back. I mean, he practiced up and down, I think 4 times now the entire year thus far, and we're counting on him big time. So he's gonna get there. It's just gonna take some time. I mean, like when you don't play for 5.5 months, basketball's not like riding a bike. It's about repetition every day. I go back and think about the really good shooters I've coached. Like Q, his senior year didn't take 1 day off from shooting the entire year. He shot every single day, and that's because I read about the kid that used to play for Creighton and he played in the NBA forever, Kyle Cover. He used to do that. He'd go a whole year and never take a day off from shooting. So basketball is about, doing things every day. When you can't play for 5 months, that's a long time. So, it takes time. And here's a bit of good news is that we had Tolu practice in the half court only the last 2 days of practice leading up to this game. So he's getting closer to hopefully getting back out there on the floor. When we practice again on Tuesday, he'll be going up and down for the first time this year on Tuesday.
Andy, to wrap it up.
Hey Ben, I'm curious. After 4 games, where do you kind of take stock in this team? What's been good? What still needs to kind of improve on?
Well, I think our defense has been very good overall. Our field goal percentage defense has been great, and our rebounding numbers have been great, with the exception of the Detroit game where we only won by 1. We got back to what we need to do today in those 2 areas. If you just do those 2 areas alone, you give yourself a great chance every night. And yet, offensively, we're shooting the ball well. I mean, we're shooting the ball well and shooting at a high percentage. You know, I thought some of their switching tonight caused us some problems in the first half. We figured it out in the second half and did a better job. And then adding Toto to the mix here down the road, we got our best low post scorer down there. I thought Javian was very good down there tonight. I thought he did a really good job around the basket in terms of scoring, passing. Garrison, Javian Davis, and Toto were all excellent passers, both out on the perimeter as well as their back to the basket. And we've got to really utilize those skills because they can really pass.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Hey, I wish you guys could all come with us. We still have some room on the plane. If you guys can get vaccinated and have everything proved, we'd love to take one of you. I'm serious, too. We got 70 passenger plane. We have room for one of you guys. Free of charge on the flight.
Had to play during the Egg Bowl, man.
All right, just throwing it out there. See ya.